Hi BookTube, it's Amy. On Sunday I read and then I watched an adaptation of on YouTube Samuel Beckett's play Endgame. And my edition has what I assume is a photograph from a performance of the play on the cover. And it's quite creepy looking, and when you start to read the play itself is quite absurd and bizarre and creepy. So there are 4 characters in this play. You have Hom, who is sort of the master in this odd scene that unfolds. He is blind, and when the play opens, he is sitting in a chair with a sheet over his head. At least that's how it was portrayed in the film adaptation that I watched on YouTube, and I'm just going to quickly reference that. So it was the 2000 performance directed by Connor McPherson with David Thewlis and Michael Gambon. So it's this bizarre, creepy, dark, depressing scene where Hom is seated in this chair. He is blind and he doesn't move anywhere on his own. He's got his servant Clove, who gets around very poorly on his legs, and yet he is stumbling back and forth to climb ladders, look out the window, and look after his master. And he spends the entire play announcing his intention to leave. He said he's going to leave, and yet he never seems to do that. And then you've got these probably even more bizarre characters. You have Nag and Nell, who seem to be possibly the parents of Hom, and they are both missing their legs and they are in dustbins. So they're sitting in a couple of garbage cans sort of at the back of the stage with the lids on, and they pop up every once in a while to have a few lines. And everybody in this play seems to be dying with the exception of Clove, it would seem. So yeah, it's a little bit on the absurd side. And I can't say it's really my sort of thing. I read it, then I watched the adaptation, and I would say that I understand what Beckett is trying to do here. I could understand why a lot of people enjoy this and find this good, but for me, it's a little bit too much on the abstract side of things, and it's not really what I enjoy, which is why I ended up giving it 3 stars on Goodreads. I can see that it's good, but it's not something that's particularly for me. Give it a try if it sounds like something you might like. I am setting that aside, and I'm going to move on to the novels of Samuel Beckett. I do intend to go and read some more of Beckett's plays because this was enough to pique my interest. And I'm starting here with Malloy, and I'm quite intrigued by this first page of Malloy here. And as I said in my other video, I'm losing pages, so I might need some tape here before I'm through, or elastic bands. But he begins by writing this very interesting scene that definitely piques my interest. I am in my mother's room. It's I who live there now. I don't know how I got there. Perhaps in an ambulance, certainly a vehicle of some kind. I was helped. I'd never have got there alone. There's this man who comes every week. Perhaps I got there thanks to him. He says not. He gives me money and takes away the pages. So many pages, so much money. Yes, I work now, a little like I used to, except that I don't know how to work anymore. That doesn't matter, apparently. What I'd like now is to speak of the things that are left, say my goodbyes, finish dying. They don't want that. Yes, there is more than one, apparently, but it's always the same one that comes. You'll do that later, he says. Good. The truth is, I haven't much will left. And so it's these very short, sharp sentences This man seems to be in what I guess was his mother's room, his mother's apartment, and he is writing for some reason. And they're taking it away and giving him money. And so it's hard to tell, is this some sort of business relationship? Is this just something he's doing to keep himself occupied, and they're humoring him by taking the pages away and giving him some spending money? It's hard to say at this point, but I do quite like this style. And I think I'm going to leave it here. My mouth is a bit sore today, which makes me not want to do too much talking. But I am enjoying the Samuel Beckett that I've read so far.